We're riding here with Richie Porte. He's on this testy climb right now, and the crowd have been warned. Could you please get out of the middle of the road? Maybe he's Colombian. Do you know where you're standing, my friend? Thank you. A bit late, but nevertheless. Forcing Richie Porte just to drift to the left-hand side of the road, where he didn't particularly want to be. Hey, I'm just bullying him on his behalf. There is Quintana. So two Colombians leading the standings as we come in today. Will Richie Porte manage to get the better of Quintana and now his teammate at Sky Pro Cycling? We think it's a possibility, but the way Quintana's going, well, it is anybody's guess. I think you're going to have to beat this man and beat him well over this course, and he's actually looking reasonably comfortable. He's starting to roll his shoulders just a bit, out of the saddle once again, and on the attack. But for my money here, great comparison between these two, and Richie Porte, he's going for it.
Well, the two of them have to give absolute maximum, and you know, the two of them are. The Spanish or the Basque cameraman are now coming to the thought of this is a two-horse race now. There's only a few seconds between them. This rider, second to him now on one of the stages earlier on this week, has done a great performance for AG Tour. Betancourt, the Colombian within that team, and sets a very good time, 1:05 in the time trial. So a few surprises in this time trial, as you see a disconsolate Sammy Sanchez finishing 3 minutes and 12 seconds down.
Oh, dear Lord. Well, Betancourt was 27 seconds down at the split, and it ended 1 minute and 5 adrift of Tony Martin's benchmark time today. But it's about the battle between Quintana and Porte, and they have woken to the fact here, and we've got a lovely split screen view of both of them on the course right now. Now, don't forget, they set off with a 2-minute interval here, so I guess you can pick a point on the course here that is being passed by Richie Porte, and then set your own little stopwatch running to see how close Quintana is to him. It's going to be extraordinarily close between these two. A great finale, actually.
Yeah, it has been. I think most people on the Sky performances this week have been thinking, right, Richie Porte is going to, you know, win this race. It's all done and dusted. But Movistar are really, you know, puts the knife in the side of the Sky team at the moment with Quintana. And I don't think there'll be any alarm bells, but Richie Porte will be told this, and he'll try and have to up his game. He's over the top of the final climb, so he'll have to descend as fast as he can in towards the finish if he wants to try and win this bike race.
Well, he's giving it everything he possibly can at the moment. There's no other way. They say it's the race against the clock, but it's almost a race against yourself on a day such as this. And well, these guys will see how they measure up by that comparison. To themselves, I should say. Movistar, as Brian was saying, determined to do something, and today could be that very day. Quintana perhaps taking the leap into the leader's jersey. Rolling of the shoulders by Peter Wiening here, and this has been a good push by him, but he's not going to be in the 35s, and that's the magic part to be. 1 minute and 6 down. Little rueful shake of the head.
For me, that's a good performance by Peter Wiening. It will keep him in the top 10, so a good performance, and some more World Tour points for Orica Green Edge.
There's a rather nasty little sleeping policeman right at the very last there, so just as you ease up, you get a final kick from the road surface. Take it easy, take it carefully. It's a hard thing to do when you're pushing on here, but the road surface, as you can see, there's a little bit of sitting water just washing itself across the road here. He's got to take care.
Well, it is saying that he's 20 seconds, or they've changed it now. The first caption came up that Quintana was 20 seconds behind, but now Quintana is 20 seconds in front of Richie Porte.
Well, there you are. It looks like it's slipping away from Richie, and it's heading off to Colombia. Henao and Quintana started 1 and 2 at the top of the day. Well, we shall see. Porte 21 seconds. They're saying he's on the drift here. Well, just setting my own stopwatch going here just to see if I can see how accurate that is. 5K to go then for Quintana as Richie Porte comes into town. And oof, that hurt. That really did hurt. He's on. He's doing it for his craft at the moment. Spielak, what a great performance that is. He's going to be in the 35s here. All credit to him. Went for it. 48 seconds down by the end of the course.
That keeps him up there, and that keeps him in with a great shout of a podium position and possible third place here.
Very, very good work. Now we're just waiting.
Or even second place.
May well be, depending on what
report, yeah.
Exactly. We'll see. Super performance there by Simon Spielak. Back out on course, and you're kind of just hoping that these guys stay on board here and keep it as a fair contest. Just not wanting to drive through the corners, just keeping the inside pedal up. But of course, just wanting to deliver that power as soon as you possibly can. The temptation is, of course, to drive too early, and you can get yourself all over the place. 4 to go for Quintana, and it's 24 seconds now. I think we may well have found out the answer, and I think we might be looking at our winner.
Yeah, it's looking like that way at the moment. It's still going up 25 seconds, which, again, most people looking at this, even myself, would think that Richie Porte of what he's done already this season. But just goes to show you that a big performance over the last few days is obviously taking a bit of its toll out of him. And you know, this time trial, there's enough in it to put the power down, but it's hard enough to help some of the climbers. And Quintana, I think from history, has won some kind of national titles and things like that time trial. Very good climber, as we've seen, but putting in a tremendous performance today.
An amazing performance. 28 seconds now, and Richie Porte, well, has it been a hiding to nothing on this final run here. Into town he comes. It's been a great performance nonetheless, and Sky have once again produced an amazing performance. They've been very, very good right since the top of the year, and well, you wouldn't expect anything less. Seems like they've been around for an awful long time, but they haven't, you know. It's just that their success has been so outstanding in terms of delivery. Contador then. Oh, here, look at this time here, solidly in the 36s, and Contador won't be overly delighted with this. He may well slip down. I'm actually wondering where his overall position will be. 1 minute and 7 seconds he gives away to Martin, a 36.12 for Contador.
Yeah, just looking at the back to the Col d'Es time trial when Richie Porte won that, and Quintana was third, sorry. So he's come a long way since then.
Wrestling the bike, and here comes Quintana. Well, he's done an amazing job. He's only 2 kilometers from the finish here, and he's closed down on Richie Porte. Will be the next man across the line in just a few moments' time, and then we will be counting back. 2-minute intervals, don't forget. They set off at. It'll be fascinating to see just how close he comes in. Contador has already crossed the line in 36.12. And Tony Martin's time at the top very early on today, 17.24. And I've got a feeling that there is a little bit more rain for some of these late runners, but it's of no consequence as far as the general classification is concerned, because all of the main contenders have had to put up with the same conditions, and they have been grisly, as you can see. So, end game then. Richie Porte comes towards the line here. Solid performance, that's for sure, but it's how he stacks up against Quintana and Henao. Porte's time then, take a note. 35.45. It was good.
Yeah, that keeps in front of Spielak, so still looking good for Richie Porte. He will remain on the podium. But for me, it looks as if Quintana is going to take that top spot away from him. So it could be a Quintana, Richie Porte, Spielak podium for me.
Well, we'll see how Henao goes, but we're not hopeful. But here we go. This is Quintana on the road right now, and he's very, very close at hand, you know. This is a good performance.
Yeah, well, he lost 27 seconds in the Col d'Es time trial earlier on in the year, but this could be revenge. This is where Oh, it was obviously Richie Porte won his stage yesterday. Everybody will know, but this is looking very, very good for Quintana.
It is. The Colombian flags are out. You saw one as he just comes into this flat paved section here right now. And just look at the time. Goodness me, this is amazing. He's going to get into the 35s here, but it's going to be extraordinarily powerful performance by Quintana so late on. He was only 7 seconds down on Tony Martin at the split, don't forget, and he is riding his heart out here.
Yeah, this is going to be enough. Richie Porte was 40 seconds behind Tony Martin at the finish, and for this 23-year-old young rider from Colombia, really came onto the scene over the last couple of years. This is huge for him and also for the Movistar team.
Oh, amazing. He's going to be runner-up in the time trial, but he's going to take the main prize. Quintana crosses the line, and just look at the effort and the relief. Unbelievable performance here. We believe he is our champion. We still wait for Sergio Luis Henao, but I think it's going to be a miracle. Quintana does it for Colombia, does it for Movistar. What a terrific win this has been. Brian, amazing performance, and the Movistar team just getting to him at the moment, just keeping everyone away from him a little bit, and you can see the exhaustion. Only 17 seconds down on Tony Martin, specialist here, and Quintana has absolutely illuminated this final day.
Yeah, absolutely huge performance, and again, 23 years of age, and we know he's not a bad time trialist, and especially in an incline like Caldes, but you know, today's time trial wasn't easy, but there was enough on some of the main roads to put the power down. Team Sky have been leading the whole way in this race, and everybody's been thinking, sitting 1 and 3, that Richie Porte would come out here and possibly take the overall. So Quintana really pulling everything out on this final time trial, 24 kilometres, and it looks as if he's going to finish second in the stage, but more importantly, he'll be pulling on this yellow jersey at the end as the overall winner of the Tour of the Basque Country 2013.
Brian, we've been looking at the battle between Porte and Quintana, but Henao's done a great performance here himself. It's the 35-minute mark here, but with less than 1 to go right now, this is not a bad performance either.
Yeah, he's looking. We know he's not going to win the stage, and I know that Quintana is going to be outside of Quintana's time, but it's whether he can sneak onto the podium here. The time to beat is the one of Spilak, and it looks as if he may slip into the last place of the podium, but it's going to be very tight between Richie Porte, Spilak and Henao, the last two on the podium, but we know for sure that Quintana has won this year's Paris-Roubaix.
So Henao, his target time incidentally is 48 seconds down on Martin here. That's where Spilak finished, and indeed his time is there. It's going to be incredibly close here. Oh, Henao, I think you've just lost out, my friend. Here we go. The line approaching, Spilak with a 10-second deficit. It's going to be inordinately close, this. Goodness gracious, Henao crosses the line. He really fought for that.
Yeah, all the riders are going to give it 100% for the general classification. There's points for the top 10. Everybody wants to try and get on the podium, but more importantly, everybody wants to win these races. So just goes to show you what a performance Quintana's put in here today. And Henao and Richie Porte, Spilak, they've all put on great performances. So the winner of today is Tony Martin, but the winner overall looks as if it's, well, it is Quintana, the 23-year-old from Colombia, who rides for the first division team at Movistar.
I'm just, I haven't quite done my maths thoroughly enough just for the time being. I'm still waiting to see where Henao actually finishes. Having started with a 10-second advantage over Simon Spilak, I think he might well have just made it through onto the podium. We'll see. We'll wait for the general classification in just a few moments' time. It's going to be a lot tighter than perhaps we thought. But nonetheless, what a performance. And the Colombians illuminating. A grey day once again. That was a superb effort there by Sergio Luis Henao. It's Quintana, though, that is our winner here. We know that. He has won the Tour of the Basque Country, and such a performance from such a youngster. Great discipline towards the end. it is a race against the clock, but also against appalling conditions today. And here we are. Tony Martin takes it ahead of Quintana. In Sousty, 32 seconds down on the day. Port and Spilak, 8 seconds between Spilak and Port. And now, you know what? 48 seconds.
He's 1 second.
He has made it onto the podium, and now by 1 solitary second. Unbelievable. Simon Spilak will be kicking himself.